Welcome back to Intables, everyone. So I'm going to go with you guys in the S&P 500. Again, this is the SPY. As you guys can see, we have been having a lot of consolidation this week, and we have been leading into tomorrow's CPI. What are the expectations going to tomorrow's CPI? And we did have this pullback below our consolidation. How low can we go, and what should we be expecting for a possible reversal, and which levels are we trying to hold to make sure we do not have a large correction to the downside? I'm going to go over all of this with you guys. Now, all I ask in return for all of this is you guys smash that like button and hit subscribe if you want to see more chart updates every single day that I mentioned throughout the week. And if you guys are day traders or you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and only for $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. So let's jump into this one. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the S&P 500, again, this is the SPY. As you guys can see, we have been tracking the upper end and the lower end of our channel. We did have our bounce last week as we had our two hammer candles coming out, and we did have this bounce, and now we are sitting on a flag here, and we have been looking to see if we can break above it or drop down below it as we have CPI inflation reports coming out tomorrow morning. What should we be expecting? Now, tomorrow we have an expectation of 8.2, and our previous CPI expectation was at 8.0, so if we do drop down below 8.0, then in my opinion, we could get a bullish move here. Now, again, with that said, in yesterday's video, I did mention that the White House mentioned that we're going to have a possible elevated CPI this Friday. So again, we're going to see exactly what happens. Again, a pullback anticipating a negative CPI because, again, the White House did mention that yesterday. In my opinion, very much gave us the signal that we were looking at for that momentum to the downside here. And again, we have been talking about when we do have this pullback that we would be looking for a possible invert head and shoulder. If we do get that shoulder and that head and our shoulder to be formed here, then we would get that confirmation breaking above that consolidation that we had this week and breaking above our doji candles here and breaking above our doji candle that we had previously, and then we did continue on lower from. So again, that would give us our confirmation on that invert head and shoulder. However, we need to consider that we can drop even below our lows of the year. So if we do drop down below our lows of the year, then in my opinion, we would get a strong move possibly to the upside here on the lower end of our channel, and I definitely would be playing into this at least for a bounce. Now, the reason why I think this is possible is because we are leading into Fed rate hikes next Wednesday. And then we have triple witching on Friday, which is a ton of option expirations, over trillions of dollars in repositioning. So that could give us that major spike here on the lower end of our channel. So we're going to keep an eye on this to see if we do get, again, either our invert head and shoulder here or our possible bounce here on the lower end of our channel as we had previously. And looking for that hammer candle coming out would give us an even stronger move to the upside. In my opinion, we could very much just have a major bounce here and even break above our previous consolidation. That very much could happen, especially as we are leading into repositioning with triple witching on Friday next week. So we're going to keep an eye on exactly how this plays out. I'm going to make sure we do look for that confirmation. Again, we're not going to just buy into the dip. We want to see more confirmation if we're playing consistent here, of course. But if you guys are buying the dip, I definitely would be careful because we have a lot of anticipation on possible food shortages, and there's a lot of reasons why we could just continue on lower and possibly have a major reaction to the downside leading into next week's 50-point base rate hike. So we're going to see exactly what happens here, but making sure we do watch our momentum is going to be very key. Now, looking at our momentum, as you guys can see on the MACD, we do have that decrease in buy pressure that we have been talking about, that shift in momentum. And again, with that reaction at the end of the day dropping below our consolidation on the week, we did get our email line to curl down here. If we do continue to curl down and we drop down below our email line here, then we could have a large reaction to the downside, and we could be possibly, again, testing the lower end of our channel at that point in time. However, if we're looking for that possible invert head and shoulder, then I would be looking for that increase in buy pressure before we jump into sell pressure, and we would be looking for our email lines to curl back up here and at some point get rejected from crossing and then jump above our median of our MACD, again, the middle of our MACD, which very much would give us momentum possibly to the upside. And again, looking for that confirmation on an increase in pressure here would give us that major move here in the market. But again, waiting for that confirmation here on this invert head and shoulder breaking above our previous consolidation, or looking for that possible hammer candle coming out on the lower end of our channel will be exactly what we're looking for. But if we do, again, I wanted to mention, if we do have a large reaction below our channel here, what exact levels would we be looking to see if we can bounce off of? As you guys can see previously, we do have our pandemic level from 2020 here at 340. And if we did jump above 340, then we would be looking to see if we can bounce off of our 358 level. Our 358 level is the upper end of our week that we had before we did confirm higher. We did have our double bottom here that did give us confirmation breaking above our pandemic levels, which gave us that move to the upside in our large rally from 2020 to 2021. And now we have been getting a pullback. So again, we're looking for that possible continuation on higher. What exactly has to happen? This is what we're looking for here, 360, 340. If we do drop down below our channel, or we would be looking again for those hammer candles coming out. Again, a hammer candle is the body within 1/3 of the wick. So you guys can see we do have our wick, and then we would be looking to see if we can get a body of the candle within 1/3 of that wick would give us confirmation on a hammer candle coming out. As you guys can see, we had our 2 hammer candles coming out last week that did give us our confirmation on this bounce. We had our hammer candle coming out here, and then we had another one coming out at this point, which gave us that move to the upside, that rejection of sellers to the downside, giving us that strong bounce. And again, like I said, a lot of repositioning with triple witching next Friday, and that very much could be that move up, because if a lot of people reposition to long calls, which very much could happen, again, a lot of Feds have been talking about a possible decrease in inflation, a possible peak in inflation. Who knows what might happen here? We're going to see exactly how it plays out and look for that confirmation. Now, again, with that said, I hope that wasn't too confusing, but again, just simply looking for the invert head and shoulder, or looking for that bounce, or we do have our 360, 340 level here. Now, again, with that said, we mentioned pre-market news before market open in the Instables room every single day. If you guys are day traders, or you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below, and you guys will never miss a breakout alert the day again. And again, all of you Instables that come over every single day and support the channel, I appreciate every one of you guys. We're going to continue to go at it. We have a CPI expectation at 8.2. We'll see if we do get above or below that. We'll see exactly how the market digests leading into next week's Fed rate hike, and then triple witching on Friday. There's going to be a lot of momentum here in the market in the next week, so just be careful. And again, make sure you guys are staying green as always. We will continue to make sure that staying consistent is the #1 focus in the Instables room. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.